Okay, assuming that the camera doesn't fall over, I figured I would do a quick video on some stuff that I'm going to do after removing the intake piping today. I'm going to be doing the PCV valve on the 5VZ, and the part number is going to be right there. It is 12204-62010, and it looks like this. And you can tell that this is a factory one. It does say Toyota there. Hopefully you can see it with minimal glare. And the part number is printed on there. This is a one-way valve. It's a pressure regulating valve, and it regulates the pressure at the crank. So we're going to go ahead and install that. I've also got a Dorman grommet to go with it, and that part number, if you can't see it, is 42058. That is a Dorman part. I've also got some other stuff here that I'm going to be doing, and that is the spark plug wires. And then on the 5VZ, there are these coil packs. These are a Denso part, which are the same ones that Toyota uses. I will go ahead and throw these part numbers down into the description below, but you're going to need 3 coil packs for the 5VZ FE V6. So anyways, let's spin around to the engine and I will show you how I'm going to be doing these. Okay, I've turned on hyper smooth, so hopefully if I bump the camera it won't shake too much, but you are now looking at the over here is the intake boot. You have the throttle body and then the upper plenum right here. And if you look right down here, right at the tip of my finger, that is actually the PCV. So it has this hose that's attached to it, and it has a rubber grommet that's at the bottom of it that kind of compresses down into the valve cover. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the boot, this box right here. I'm going to map out these hoses just so I don't lose track. And then all of these spark plug wires are clipped to, well, they're supposed to be clipped to the top of this timing cover. And the spark plug wires run that way. And then the 3 on this side are actually where the coil packs go. So I'm going to take that piping off, and then I will show you guys what that looks like. With that short time lapse out of the way, hopefully now you can get a better view. These are the original Toyota Denso coil packs. Like I said, there's 3 on this side. The spark plugs just plug in on the other side to the tubes. And then this right here is the PCV. You can see that this one has seen some better days. And you do have to be very careful when you pull these grommets out of the valve cover, because they likely will crack and fall down into there. So go slow, take your time, and if any pieces fall into there, just use some needle nose pliers and pull them out. So I do notice that there's a little bit of grossness in there in my throttle body, so I'm going to clean that up, and then I'm going to get back to working on this. So I will check in with you guys in just a sec. Well, folks, I'm not sure how good that came through, but I did exactly what I was warning everybody not to do, and that's go slow and be really careful. My hose for my PCV was so dry and brittle that it actually snapped as I was trying to loosen the pressure of it. So it's right here. I'm going to grab the Toyota part number, save my pinch clips, and then I will get a new hose for that. So I'm still going to remove the PCV today. Clearly I won't be driving this, but that's okay. It's not really in a drivable condition anyways. So I will go ahead and get that new hose, and I will throw the part number for that hose in the description for anybody who runs into that same problem. So I'm going to continue with the job. I'm not quite done yet, and we'll just move on from there. Mistakes happen and accidents happen, but that's what happens when you're working on an older vehicle, so don't get discouraged. Just make sure you have the abundance of parts that you might need for the job when you start it. Clearly this time I was a little bit underprepared, but that's all right. I can make it through. So I'm going to keep plugging away at this, and I will check in with you guys in a little bit. All right, well, from that short time jump, you could see that I actually broke a bunch of stuff. The previous PCV was so dry rotted it actually broke itself when I was lightly pulling up on it. And then the lower part, that grommet, just completely just dry and brittle and cracking and breaking. So I'm going to be very careful. I don't know, maybe you can see down there. There are a couple of little parts that dropped down from where that old grommet broke, and I'm going to fish those out with a piece of wire, just to make sure I get everything out of the valve cover. And then this nipple right here is where the hose went, and that hose broke into about 6 pieces. So I will definitely be throwing that hose into the parts down below, and definitely make sure that you have a PCV, a new one, and a grommet if you're going to do this job. Obviously, you're going to need a PCV if you're planning on replacing the PCV, but that is one part that I did not expect to break in that way. I have not had the neck of the PCV break like that yet, so glad that I am replacing that, because these parts are just so old and brittle and dry, and they are just falling apart. So anyways, I'll check in with you guys in a bit. So I went ahead and got that new PCV valve installed. What I did is I just cleaned the area where you press the grommet in. I put a teensy bit of oil just around the compression portion of the grommet where it pops into place. And then I just pressed the PCV down into it, and it pops in, and then once it's in, it's very snugly fit. So you don't want a whole bunch of rattling in there. And also, I checked this PCV before I put it in. You should be able to blow up through the bottom and have air come out, but blow into the top and have no air come out. So do check your PCVs before you install them. I'm going to get moving on to the coil packs now, get those replaced, and then I will order that new hose and button everything up and be done with it. There are the new coil packs, all nice and in place. These 5VZs are kind of touchy, so do not cheap out on your coil packs. Make sure that you go with a Toyota or Denso one. Those are the factory. That's pretty much all you want to run with. Even the original Toyota ones, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show it with the light. Let me see. Maybe you can see it there, right there at the bottom on the left. They do actually say Denso Japan, which is what the new ones say as well. And I told you I would get you a part number. For anybody wondering, it's actually listed on here, and again with the light, I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but it does say 6731201. That is your 5VZFE Denso coil pack part number. So I again will throw that down into the description below. But there you go. There are how your new coil packs look, and I'm going to run the spark plug wires around now and get this old set out. So stick around. Okay folks, there's the end result. I've got all the wires ran, and I will throw up a wiring diagram really quick right here if my YouTube editing skills are good enough, so you can go ahead and screenshot that if you need it. But yeah, I'm all done. I'm going to order that hose right now, and then I'm going to have everything all put back together so I can get back on the road. So I appreciate you guys sticking around. That's just a quick and dirty DIY speed run for the PCV valve, the spark plug wire tubes, and the coil packs. So I appreciate it. I got a lot of other stuff working on right now. I got the rock sliders painted on the passenger side, driver sides in paint right now, and the high lift jack video is in the works. The shackle video should be live now as of tonight, and I have another video going live on the 27th, and that would be doing the front end. So stick around, we got plenty of stuff coming out, and I'm headed off to Washington soon to get the bumpers built. So I will catch you guys in a later video. Bye.